Hi everybody, this is me. My name is John the Sack. So I've been going crazy with Project M recently, and for a while I've been sort of figuring out the ins and outs of modding the game files, and we're going to go and do some research today on how to mod music and how to create your own music. Because I've got a friend of mine who wants to know the ins and outs, and I figure there's no better time than actually creating some music to do so. Okay. So what we're going to want to do, first of all, is you're going to find an MP3 that you like, or a WAV file, whatever it comes down to, and close that thing. Okay, so what I wanted to do is go in here and take the Mega Man 9 Concrete Man song and do something with that. So the only things you're really going to need are BrawlBox, which is a Smash Brothers editing file software. It's completely free. You just search for BrawlBox and you can download it. And that's going to be the first step. The second step is downloading Audacity because it's free and easy to use. And we're going to go ahead and use this as well to create a Mega Man 9 Concrete Man looped mix that goes into a custom Dr. Wily stage that I just downloaded, and we'll go into doing stages and stuff later. But first things first, let's go ahead and get the music taken care of. So you're going to want to take any MP3 that you find. We've got a couple waves in here because I've been going through and getting some stuff taken care of and a bunch of silly songs. Anyway, okay, first things first, go ahead and open Audacity. What I've already done at this point is I've gone through and gotten a mix ready for everybody, and I actually have the start and finish points already set. But what we're going to want to do is, let me make sure my volume's not too loud because it'll make it unpleasant for anybody trying to listen. We'll do, say 20, see how that goes. Okay, so take your cursor up here, and anywhere you click, you can start playing, and you should be able to hear this music reasonably well. Okay, and as you know, with video game music, there's usually sort of like a starting point, like a little intro, and then you want it to loop, say, from, we'll just guess right there to there, just a quick, perhaps, without looping the intro over and over. So what you're going to want to do is go in and sort of pinpoint where exactly the loop points are. So for Concrete Man stage, approximately right here is where we're going to start the main song. If you're familiar with the song, this is sort of where it starts and loops from. Now a little bit later down the line, we have this spot right here. And approximately right here is about where we're going to end up looping. So we'll say estimation is going to be approximately right there, right? Okay. Well, whatever the case, I've already marked down the numbers because it's going through the process of getting a loop nice and tight. Can take a little bit of time, and I find this to be a little bit easier in the actual BrawlBox program. Whatever the case, before we even get too involved with this, let's go ahead and go to File, and you're going to want to export this as a wave because BrawlBox down here uses wave files. So I have a folder full of the waves converted from MP3, and you want to go ahead and save it. I've already saved one, and keep this reference point in mind, and go down here and also change your audio position to samples because that's going to be extremely useful when coming into BrawlBox and figuring out exactly where looping points begin and end. So once BrawlBox is open, period, I already have the Concrete Man thing taken care of here. You're going to want to go ahead and go to File, New, BRSTM Audio Stream. Okay, and it's going to prompt you to open up any of your wave files. Go to Mega Man 9, in this case, say Open. Okay, so right here we have the playback bar, which just goes through the entire song, which is about 1:57. About because there's 0.52 after that, so it's not quite. See, I'm being snarky. Okay, and these right here are going to be your loop points, your start loop and end loop. And what this means, you can drag that over, is anything played before this point will run through. The moment it reaches your red loop point, it'll loop back to the yellow and keep going indefinitely. All right, so you can make it sound really crappy by sampling and saying, what's this? Oh, I didn't hit loop. Okay, well there's another thing. Check it out once more. So obviously that is a really crummy sounding loop. Okay, so we're going to want to go down to our numbers that we have referenced down here. We've got 405, 314, and we've got 2444, 821. Now this isn't going to be spot on, but basically what we're doing right now is sort of pinpointing exactly where we're going to go to see how well the loop works. Let's try this again to see. Okay, so as you can tell, we're getting close, which is basically the bottom line here at this point. Let me go ahead and grab the proper numbers, which I've written down off to the side, and we ended up coming up with something very close, which was 414673. And you'll just take the time. You can like go ahead and adjust these very slightly if you want to. You can even hold the button and like really go crazy trying to finesse these little numbers back and forth. So alright, let's get our first number and our second number, which ended up being 2430216. Those numbers probably won't mean anything to you until you're doing this, but we came up with, I hope, a fairly clean transition. Let's test it out. Okay, so it might be like barely off, but when you're in the middle of playing a match, it's not going to matter and it's not going to sound bad. So now that we've done this, go ahead and after you found your number, and you can drag these numbers back and forth. You can, in much bigger increments, but it's going to be a lot easier to fine tune them with this. And remember, moving like numbers right here is going to do virtually nothing, because as the sample rate goes, it's not noticeable to the human ear. You're not going to hear it. So click OK. It'll encode the file. Blue bar. Ooh, okay. Now you're going to want to go ahead and save as, and then get ready to save. I have another good BSTRM file, or BRSTM. I named it incorrectly, whatever the case. And down here, make sure you save as type BRSTM, because otherwise you might actually have to cut it again, because it'll try to save it as a WAV file, I think, by default. So make sure you go down here and hit save. Okay, so now we have this Mega Man 9 Concrete Man track. Okay, now we're still not quite done, so go ahead and you're going to want to open up your SD card with your Project M files. Go to Project M, PF, and then go down to Sound. Now in the STRM folder, this is where any sounds that you've modified are going to be. I have a typo right there with one that we haven't renamed because I'm relocating the song. And all of these songs correspond with songs in the game. If you ever need to, you can pop one open by double-clicking and check it out. Okay, so we got like a little Contra thing going on here. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and, or actually we're going to close that because we don't need it. There is a Smash track list on the Smash boards where you can go down and reference every one of the songs that is in the game. Now, the Dr. Wily stage is something I put over PictoChat, which I'll go into again a little bit later. However, one of the tracks, because this course has like 9 different possible songs you can put, we're going to do the Dr. Mario song from Melee. So let's do Dr. Mario. Let's see, we actually have a couple different options. Smash Brothers Melee W20 is what we're looking at right here. So W20, make sure you go in to your Brawl music, the BSTRM or BRSTM, whatever it is. I don't know. And we have it under Mega Man 9 Concrete Man stage. So let's actually go ahead and pop this into the SD card. Okay. Alright, very good, very good. Now, Concrete Man stage, go ahead and rename, what was it again? Double check. Dr. Mario Melee W20. Okay. So, this is going to be W20. Congratulations, you now have a song that whenever you have the Dr. Mario music turned up in your My Music section, it'll start playing that. In fact, I'll go ahead and make a quick little video for you as well to supplement so you can see exactly how it works. Right on. This should be good to go, and let's this is actually not going to be. I'm not going to be talking anymore. Okay, so we are now here at our main Smash Brothers screen. We're going to do a couple things right off the bat. First, before we actually go into this any further, I'm going to pop over to the desktop and show you a couple things that we can do. Okay, so first, we're going to be adding a new stage shortly. First thing we're going to end up doing is popping over here into Info 2, into the Info tab, which is another BrawlBox box, as it were. Okay, so now, actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and do it on this one so I can show you exactly how this works. Okay, so it opens up the BrawlBox, and we're going to go down here to miscellaneous data 140. Now this is where we change all of the file names for the songs that are in the game that will appear when you start a battle. So you pop up Final Destination, and it'll normally say Final Destination or Giga Bowser. This is the file that changes that exact file right there, the file name. So since we're changing the Dr. Mario file, hit D, 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 just keep hitting D until it goes all the way down to Dr. Mario Melee. Okay? So with that, select this, and you're going to say Concrete Jungle, and we'll do Mega Man 9. Sound good? Okay. Now, let's see, since I have a different SD card in there at the moment, what you're going to want to do is basically, okay, go ahead and hit save up here. This will take care of that particular file, and we're going to go over here to, let me pop that over. It's going to be kind of disjointed because of the way this is set up. I apologize, it's going to look terrible. Okay. Fight. Let's just choose a couple CPUs and pop over to our newly appointed Wily Castle, and I'll show you exactly how to put all those files there shortly. Start with the Wily Castle, and any song name that's going to show up will show up in the upper left. I don't know if this is the best example because, you know, Concrete Man should be showing up, but it's not because it's a different song. It's a Dr. Wily rock arrangement. Okay, well, whatever the case, I'll show you what the scoop is with that. Okay? Alright, well, let's go ahead and head back to our main window here, and how we got that to happen is by going to, I have another info file. You know, we'll just use the same one. Whichever one, I don't even know. Yeah, this is the one. No, that's the Pokemon theme I was listening to. Okay. I don't even know what's happening. Alright, Info 2. Down here in 140, in the Info PAC, which is in Info 2 folder. Okay? And any song that you want to change, this is where you're going to do it. And again, this is where it displays in the main actual game. Okay? So, say it was a PictoChat. Keep hitting P to go all the way down to PictoChat. I don't know where it is. Oh, no, this is actually the modified file that I've already started changing stuff. Okay, so this is going to say Wily's Castle Rock Arrangement because I hit W. And this is previously the file that said PictoChat. So you'd pop in, you'd type whatever you want, hit save as per normal, and do we have another one already open? No. Okay, you'd hit save, and then any of those will reflect in the actual game. Now, if you want to change them in My Music, this is a little bit more complicated. Well, no, actually it's not. It's not. Go back to your main Project M folder where you have all your files, and go to Menu 2. And where it says MU Menu Main, this is going to be the Music folder, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and pop this open and scroll down to Miscellaneous Data 7. Same scoop, same story. Hit D, D, D. Goes down to where it says Dr. Mario. And type in Concrete Jungle, Mega Man. Wow. Mega Man. Oh my god. Mega Man 9. Alright. Again, hit save. It says it's in use. Don't worry about that. Just try saving it later. It should be okay. So, let me show you exactly where that ends up going to. And this is going to pop over. Oh my god. Wrong screen. This is going to go down to Options, My Music, and Wily's Castle, where I've actually already put a couple of these, including a typo, into the game. All the way at the bottom would normally be Dr. Mario. Right now it is Concrete Jungle, Mega Man 9. Okay? So this is how we end up changing all the files to reflect the proper names. Now, if we want to actually add a stage, what we're going to go ahead and end up doing is something a little bit different. Okay? We're going to go here to where it says music menu main, and this is only going to reflect upon the music pictures. So as you can see in the menu off to the side, where we have Concrete Jungle Mega Man 9, on the left hand side it says Wily's Castle. It's got a picture of Wily's Castle. It's got sort of a little Wily icon and a kind of crappy looking Mega Man icon, which we'll fix eventually. And we zoom out, and lo and behold, right there, Wily's Castle. Okay, all this reflects everything properly through a series of files. So, for anything that you download, most of them will come with stage select icons. If not, you have to make them, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but we can go into that on a different video later for more visual related stuff. Okay, for the time being though, we're going to go back to the desktop and I'll show you exactly how to install everything and put it all together. So I've downloaded the Dr. Wily stage pack, which came with a module, stage select icons, stage, and some extra music. Okay, I have thrown in my own music down here, which is some other Mega Man stuff I've renamed. And we're going to have to go into the Project M folder off to the left, go to Stage, go to Melee, and then in this folder that's pre-designated with the proper stage, we have a couple different stages this can go over. We've got the Famicom stage, the Kidikra stage, Palutena, and PictoChat. I've chosen PictoChat, which we go ahead and copy over to this, and we replace the file in the destination. Voila, now when we load up the stage, it will be the Dr. Wily related stage. However, not all is correct yet, as we do need to install the module. And the module is basically a rule set that you're going to put together that tells the stage exactly what to do. So if it had the PictoChat rel installed, the normal PictoChat rel, it's going to load up the Dr. Wily stage, but think that it's supposed to activate PictoChat style elements. But the stage doesn't contain those, so it might either do nothing or it might freeze your stage immediately. So in order to combat that, we've got this PictoChat rel that we go over to and install in the module folder. Now this will also enable some platforms on the Wily stage to start moving around properly, because those are their rules. So you just copy that over, rel goes in the module folder, stage in the stage folder. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Now we're going to do the stage select icons, and there's a couple things we have to do first. So we can put them on the music menu now, but we want them on the main stage select menu first, because that's higher priority. So go down here to System, because we're going to install a couple files in this menu 2 folder that don't exist yet. So go down here to System, open up Common 5. Okay? You listening? Alright. Select map, go ahead and right click and then hit export. What this is going to do is this is going to export a brand new file. Oddly enough, it doesn't relocate. A brand new file that we're going to use to edit any of these images on the stage select screen. Now go down here and erase the bottom part with the underscore and the en. Go ahead and hit backspace, delete whatever, and save that. Go ahead and, at this point, go ahead and close the Common 5. We're not going to use it right now. Go back to Menu 2, and now we have this new SC Select Map file. Pop this open, and you're going to see a bunch of different folders. Let's see if there's anything. Miscellaneous data. Oh no, I don't remember which one it is. I was just doing this too. That's, oh my god, that's not it. For as many times I've done this, actually it might be 40? No. 50? Maybe. What am I doing? I just did this like 100 times. Jeez, maybe it's 80. Ha, it is 80. Okay. So we're going to scroll down here, and what you see off to the right-hand side is, make sure we're on the right screen. Am I showing you guys the right stuff? Okay, good. I'm just making sure, because I don't want to mislead anybody. You scroll down here, and you see these, and what these are the stage select icons that you hover your cursor over before you select a stage. Okay? Easy enough. So scroll down, and we're going to go ahead and find, I believe it's number 30. Yeah, file 30. You can see the numbers off to the side here. This is the PictoChat icon. So we're going to right click, and if you want to back it up, you can export it and save it into a folder in case you want to put it back on later. But right now we're going to go ahead and replace it with a brand new set of pictures which are Mega Man related. Okay, and you can pop into Photoshop and you can do stuff with these, make your own. There are templates out there. In fact, if you want to export a picture to have the exact size and dimensions that you're going to be working with, that's actually a really good way to go. So we're going to be selecting this menu icon, which is an 8-bit picture of Wily's castle. Because it's compressed, it's not going to look quite as sharp, but don't worry, we're going to hit OK. Boom. Alright, now we've got Wily's castle off to the side. So continue to scroll down because we have a couple more of these we need to do. We have the icon for PictoChat, which we want to change. So we're going to go ahead and replace this. The stage came with a gear icon, which is kind of cool. However, we're going to end up using this Dr. W that I made, and it did have 2 levels of transparency, as they used to do a slightly different effect in the game. At this point, they've changed that, so it is just a Dr. W flat black, and I think it just looks flat black regardless whether it's gray or white. So we'll go ahead and choose that regardless. Boom. Dr. W. Alright, good to go. Continue to scroll down, and we're going to find that we're looking for, oh my god, I skipped it. Is it 30? It should be the same one. PictoChat. Okay. So go ahead and right click, replace as well. In order to stay consistent, I actually made my own font for Wily's Castle as opposed to this Dr. Wily's Castle that somebody made in a more generic Brawl font. This is using font Edo, which you can download online. Go to Wily's Castle, open, and now it will replace Wily's Castle. Okay? Perfect. Let's keep going and scroll down to the transparencies. The one we have that we're working with is not so good, but we're going to replace it anyway, and I'll replace it again at some point when I find a better transparency. Mega Man logo, not done so well. We go ahead and open it, and theoretically it should look really cool. It looks terrible instead, but we'll say OK, and we're going to scroll down once more for the final picture we want to use. Now, these are resolution of 160 by 160, and you can tell the resolution of any of these things either by exporting them to Photoshop or referencing this up here. Okay, so let's scroll down to PictoChat once more, right click and replace. I'm going to end up using this, which is the proper dimensions, as opposed to this, which is actually a lot smaller, 96 by 96 for some weird reason. This is 160 or 176 by 176, which I think is an acceptable size. I didn't realize it was that big, but it fits and it's comfortable and it looks fantastic. Okay, so now with this, we've changed the stage select icons, we've put the new stage inside, we've put the rel in there, and we have a whole bunch of new music. So we save, we make sure everything's good to go, and then we come back here so we can take a look. It's in a book. It is indeed a Reading Rainbow. Okay, versus, fight, and as you can see on the right page, boom, Dr. Wily's Castle, the crappy looking Mega Man, the W, and the large picture. All right there. All good to go. All taken care of. Not so bad. Not so bad. Okay. And so then we load up the Dr. Wily stage. It'll randomly pick from one of the excellent songs that we threw in there. The Boss Mix medley from Mega Man series. I guess I could have put that. And you can go back and, of course, edit any of these at any time. Make them look good, make them sound good, make it feel complete and professional. And that's ultimately what we want. So this is the music tutorial, as well as a little stage bonus tutorial thrown in. We'll do custom characters and portraits and all that good stuff next time. But as of right now, this is the end of our little charade. And you guys are set. If you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments below, and hopefully this helps out. I'll do what I can to help. And thank you for watching this episode of Sack Time. Until the next time.